Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. First up, Kamala Harris is making big decisions about her future. Will she run for California governor or take another shot at the presidency in 2028? Next, Mitt Romney just did the unthinkable on CNN. He praised Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. I thought for a minute he had an identical twin or something, but he doesn't. Then Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson made her Broadway debut. Yeah, you heard that right. She made her debut on Broadway. Anyway, so she's not ruling on major cases. I guess she's just apparently perfecting her dancing ability. And finally, Trump's eyeing the privatization of the United States Postal Service after they lost $9.5 billion. Seems like a terrible idea, though. I mean, the U.S. Postal Service is something we can count on to lose money. All right, let's dive in. Vice President Kamala Harris is at a crossroads. She's torn over whether she should become the next California governor or risk it all to lose another presidential election.
What she's been saying to people over the last couple of weeks, donors, other supporters that she's been talking with, is, you haven't seen the last of me, I'm not going quietly into the night.
We know. We hear that maniacal laugh even with earplugs in.
And so they look at this governor's race in California in 2026, and it seems to them like a layup, essentially.
Goodbye hair gel, hello Giggles McGee. Hey, that dumpster fire isn't going to keep burning by itself.
But if she does that, that means that she couldn't turn around and run for president again in 2028.
Oh no, she couldn't run for president again? If Kamala keeps eyeing the presidency instead of running for California governor, that's like skipping a wide-open layup to take a half-court shot, only to realize you've been playing tennis the whole time. Recently, Mitt Romney was on CNN when he did something no one expected. He complimented President Trump and J.D. Vance and criticized the Democratic Party. I'm not joking either. We have video evidence. Let's roll the first clip.
Oh, MAGA is the Republican Party, and Donald Trump is the Republican Party today. And if you were to ask me who the nominee will be in 2028, I think it'll be J.D. Vance, all right? He's smart, well-spoken, part of the MAGA movement.
Mitt's new stance on Trump makes you wonder if he's finally found his MAGA cap or if he's just auditioning for a spot on Fox and Friends.
You said something pretty harsh about him a few months ago, though. You could not have less respect for somebody than J.D. Vance.
Long ago. I'm not going to rehash history.
When Romney says, I'm not going to rehash history, what he really means is, I'd rather you not remind everyone how two-faced I am. Mitt's flip-flop on J.D. Vance is inspiring. It shows that even at his age, you can still learn to be completely shameless.
Look, the Republican Party has become the party of the working class, middle class voter. And you've got to give Donald Trump credit for having done that, taken that away from the Democrats.
Mitt Romney praised Trump for winning over the middle class. Either Romney has an identical twin or someone slipped truth serum into his herbal tea. It's like finding out your grandma just got into heavy metal. It's unexpected, but oddly charming.
They've lost their base. Union guys and gals have left the Democratic Party and are voting Republican. And the Democratic Party is seen not as rich people, but as college professors and woke scolds.
The Democrats are now the party of college professors and woke scolds. So basically, every family member you dread seeing at Thanksgiving. You're not going to believe this one. United States Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson just made her Broadway debut. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first black female Supreme Court justice, made a surprise Broadway debut on December 14th in a special one-night-only walk-on role in the musical & Juliet. In Jackson's memoir, Lovely One, she wrote, I, a Miami girl from a modest background with an unabashed love of theater, dreamed of one day ascending to the highest court in the land. I expressed that I wished to attend Harvard as I believed it might help me to fulfill my fantasy of becoming the first black female Supreme Court justice to appear on a Broadway stage. Did she just say that her dream was being a Supreme Court justice to appear on a Broadway stage? What kind of a dream is that? That's like me saying, I wanted to be the first NBA All-Star who performed open heart surgery. Justice Jackson made her Broadway debut last week, which does explain some of the weird questions she's been asking during the hearings. I mean, it's hard to juggle legal briefs and learning Broadway choreography. Who's got time for constitutional law when you're working on jazz hands? The United States Postal Service lost $9.5 billion during the fiscal year ending September 30th, which is an increase from the previous year's loss of $6.5 billion. Hey, startups always lose money in the first few years. The Postal Service has blamed this financial loss on non-cash contributions to worker compensation. Oh, sure, yeah, worker compensation is totally the problem here. After learning about the Postal Service's financial losses, President Trump has stated that he doesn't think the government should be responsible for subsidizing the Postal Service, and he also expressed interest in taking the agency private. Losing $9.5 billion in a year? That's not a Postal Service. That's a government-sponsored money shredder with free stamps. Look, there are still some benefits to having the Postal Service. First, the Postal Service is perfect if you're trying to send a letter to someone, but you don't want them to ever actually get it. The second benefit of the Postal Service is that it helps you increase your patience, because it's not about delivering your package, it's about how long you can wait before you give up. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.